Okay, so I shifted this over and made room so the cheese domes were not actually encroaching onto this tray the way I had them before. I'm gonna use another bowl here for the cheese. I'm gonna get some faux bread. So to show the faux bread kind of popping up out and over here. I'm gonna build in another cheese and some boards. Here's our other cheese. Same thing as stacking. It's really important that your labels are all facing the right direction. If this was facing and shoppable from the other side, I would have turned around the last one. So you're not looking at the backs of packages. And add a little green in. Let's add in some of the cocktail. Chez Garnier, I swear, it's like their glasses are the best. What a fucking day. Life of the fucking party. You know my love of ink bombs. So they work well. I want to make sure the words are, everything's matched up the same styles. Where there are singles, one or two that don't have any other family to be with, I am going to mix those phrases, but I've got pretty much 4 of everything. I'm going to do some back here. We continue that story back there. Show some in front of the cookbook. I do wish I had, you know, we have a lot of faux vegetables here and faux flowers and plants. I do wish we had some faux olives to show olives in here. Another thing that you could put in are faux limes, but I don't have any of that. Also, it's great to do that because you can't see the verbiage unless there's something in it. So that's just one of those things I wish I had. I don't right now, so we will come back to that. I have breadboards and baguette slicers. I feel like we are going to be losing this tray because you can see it completely took up all the space on the table. So we'll take this away. There's enough room I can use on the back side. So the display stays, continuity stays. So we're gonna move that back. This here, we're gonna tuck this in here. So now we have all this extra surface. I'm going to stack out wood boards. The cookbook over here. Down there. We'll show boards here and another piece of bread at the great Santa Barbara Designs. And this, you can see my pumpkins are taking up valuable real estate, so I'm gonna have to readjust that. Normally, I take these out and show them out on top of the board as far as what's inside of it. These have an actual knife that's super sharp, so for the sake of people picking them up or children, we're gonna keep them closed. But we're gonna face out the word baguette, so that way you can clearly see what it is. I might do another cookbook here. Yeah. So, extra virgin olive oil book, cheese. I'm gonna get some olive. And yes, I'm sure the question is, how are you supposed to sell the other boards that are underneath this? But these have kind of moved around a couple times, so I don't feel as bad about showing them like this. It gives me a second like height. It also kind of showcases the olive oil. Let's see what else I can do. So I've changed some things around. I moved crackers and cheese to the glassware, figure out something to go here. Herbs de Provence are in a big bowl. They're easily shoppable. I always will fill a bowl up and then I'll show the item down in front of the bowl so people know what it is. And then I'm gonna tuck in a little contextualizer right there. Contextualizers are faux plants, faux fruits and vegetables that add textual elements to your display. They also sell all of these, so it's a great way to show your products that you sell in displays. We have Creative Co-op sells these little bowls. And if you've bought Creative Co-op as well as like Mud Pie and a few others, often they will offer bowls in an assortment. You get 4 styles and you get 2 of each, which honestly makes me insane because most people want to show them all separately. 2 bowls says nothing. Like, so we buy 2 sets so we can do stack outs of the same verbiage versus trying to mix them up all, because I have no problem mixing them up. I think customers will go through them. If you have a great salesperson, they can always step in and say, oh, by the way, there's other sayings. A lot of people don't want to do that. So we buy doubles so we can create bigger piles. We're going to show all of these next to each of our olive oils, so that people know, because you want to create hand-in-hand sales. So a dipping bowl and a little thing of olive oil. If you get some little brown gross grain, or like maybe brown twine, and then tie a little twig of rosemary on, even take it one step further and tie on a little knife. This will create add-on sales. This also makes it very easy hostess gifts going into that 4th quarter period. This is what I mean by taking them out, laying one of each on top. I'm gonna show this up here. This way it's easy for somebody to move, to buy. We've got our storytelling, little faux bread. And again, all of this is for sale. So if you have concerns about spending or how expensive some of this stuff is, consider it part of your inventory. Believe it or not, it really does sell. Or you could use, which I do a lot, actually real bread. So it's $5 or something like that for a couple different loaves. They dry beautifully. You will have people that like to touch and stick their finger in, but for the most part, it hardens up really well. So there is my story. I'm going to continue building on here, and I'm going to continue with the backside.